Back to you. We started already.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रहे। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। So dear all devotees,
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी,
Hare
दंडवत प्रणाम।
Krishna, Dandavat pranams to all. Um, I will just recap the Buddhi Yoga part once again, and then we will move on to Atmarama section. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So basically, Krishna taught very analytically Atma and your Atma and then body anyhow is going to die. So how can you kill? So that part he will tell. And then he'll tell, even if you are not a soul, if you are body, then this body is dharma is kshatriya dharma. You have a duty. Swadharma pichavekshana vikampitum dharmadhi yuddha shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. So the dharma yuddha is an opportunity for the kshatriya. Okay. So that one should not miss it out, because that dharma yuddha can open gates to the swarga. Huh? So Swargadvara Mavapsyasi. So when it comes on its own, Yadrichachopanna Swargadvaram Apavritam. Sukina Kshatriya Partha. Labhante Yuddhamidrisha. So it is very, what do you call? This Yuddha, Dharma Yuddha opens doors to the Swarga. And for a Kshatriya, getting such a fighting opportunity is a boon. And Arjuna was saying, if killing the people is sin. But here Krishna is telling in the next verse, uh, if you don't fight, if you don't kill in the battle, being Kshatriya, then you will gain sin. Okay? Means a soldier, if he is not opening the fire when the order was given by the commander, when commander shouts fire, the soldier should open fire and then shoot as many people. He should not care like how many enemies are dying. If he is caring, then the country will punish him. So similarly, uh, dharma yuddha in a religious war means not on the name of religion, but with some dharmic principles. So there, if a religious kshatriya is not fighting, then that is a sin. So instead of gaining sin by fighting, actually Arjuna will get sin for not fighting, Krishna says. And not only that, you have, so much great fame. You fought with Lord Shiva also. And Lord Shiva was pleased with your uh, martial skills. And then he appreciated, and then he gave you Pashupatastra. And Dronacharya has glorified him to be the best of his disciples. Arjuna was having so many credentials, and now with all that, if he is running, if he is escaping from the battlefield, then people will defame him, and that defame is worse than the death. So you cannot hear those criticisms being a kshatriya. So for kshatriyas, like, prestige and pride is like more than their life. Okay, they give their life for the name, and now how can you tolerate that ninda? So that will give you so much dukkha. Huh? Nindantastava samarthyam tato dukkha taram nukhim. Okay, like that, Krishna explains this swadharma part. Like, every living being will have his own dharma, the dharma of the body and dharma of the soul. Okay, so if we go through this slide, what is really dharma is? What really dharma is? So, dharma is something which is inseparable quality. Okay, we cannot separate that quality out. That is called the dharma of that particular object. Like the dharma of the fire is heat and light. Dharma of the salt is salty. Dharma of sugar is uh, sweet, sweetness. Dharma of water is liquidity, right? If water is not liqueous, then we cannot say that is water. Then we may call it as ice or whatever. So every object will have an intrinsic quality. So that way, like a student's dharma is to go to school and study. If he is not studying, we cannot call him a student, right? In the same way, that is the dharma of student. And dharma of husband is he has to take care of the entire family. Then he is called husband. Otherwise, you cannot call him as husband. You cannot call him as father when he is not taking care of children. So, like intrinsic quality, once you, every responsibility will have that quality. So, the soul also will have a dharma. That dharma is to love and serve. Actually, all the dharmas are only love and serve. But this the soul's intrinsic dharma is to serve and love the Supreme Lord. Okay? So all other dharmas are also meant to serve Krishna only, but when the living entity forgets his connection with the Supreme Lord, he may engage in different other things. So Krishna, here we have the dharma for the body and dharma for the soul. So the bodily dharmas will continuously undergo changes. Okay, they are not eternal. Like a student dharma will be there only as long as you are going to school. Once you take up a job, you will have job dharma. Once you get married, you will have household dharma. So like that, we will have different dharmas, but soul is eternal and Supreme Lord is eternal. That's why the dharma of the soul is eternal. So that is our constitutional dharma. And when it comes to bodily dharma, okay, that dharma is called conditional dharma. Only within certain conditions you will be engaged in that dharma. Like a mother will be serving children only when children requires her service. And when children become independent, mother will not be serving the children. In turn, children will start serving mother. Okay, the dharma will change actually. So this, when we understand this conditional dharma and constitutional dharma, then we will carry out both these dharmas in an appropriate way, in such a way that the conditional dharma will augment the constitutional dharma, the eternal dharma. Okay, so that's why all the conditional dharmas we should dovetail with the constitutional dharma. Then we will attain perfection. But unfortunately, the living entity forget the relation with the Supreme Lord. Just like an amnesia patient forgets, all his memory. He lose all his memory. He will forget his parents, sons, children, everyone. So similarly, we are also like an amnesia patient. We forgot our relation with the Supreme Lord. Uh, and we are caught up in the temporary and false relationships of this world. Uh, so all these things will be finished with the time. People live like some people are spouse centered, some people are family centered, some people are money centered, some people are work centered. There'll be workaholics. Some people may be possessive. They are centered around accumulating different possessions. Some people may be centered around the pleasuresome things. Some people may be centered around friends or enemies. So all these things will be temporary. Some people will be dog centered, but rarely someone is God centered. So when we are God centered, then we can actually dovetail rest all the things. When the point is God, rest all the things are there to assist the service of the Lord. Then life will attain perfection. Okay. So the real happiness, that is spiritual happiness, comes from the serving the Supreme Lord, by loving the Supreme Lord. So this is the eternal dharma of each and every one of us. And actually in this section, in Buddhi Yoga section, Krishna emphasized understanding this eternal dharma. And with this understanding, you carry out your conditional dharmas. Okay, temporary dharmas, whatever, time to time, which may change. Okay, so okay, this I will skip. Now you see, Arjuna asked 5 things. Arjuna gave 5 reasons not to fight, and Krishna gives answers. Compassion, killing is bad, Then Arjuna gave the concept of soul and answered that question. Okay, he gave he explained why you should fight, why you need not have compassion for killing, and no enjoyment. Okay, then Krishna says, why there is no enjoyment? If you win, you will get the kingdom. If you lose, you will go to heaven. Then why are you saying you are not going to enjoy? But if you don't fight, then people will defame you, people will criticize you. That will be even worse than death. So better you fight. And then third reason he says is a fear of sin, papam. So then Krishna says, if you don't fight, it is sinful. If you fight, there is no sin. Okay. And then he gives fourth reason he gives that family traditions will get destroyed. There won't be anyone to offer pindadana. There will be like anarchy in the society. Women will get degraded, and then the progeny will be Varna Sankara. So we cannot do any welfare activities in that society. All these reasons Arjuna gave, and Krishna gives. Okay. Generally, Arjuna spoke here about the traditions and rituals and rules and regulations, right? But Krishna gives completely a different understanding in this Buddhi Yoga section, that actually all the rules are meant to remind us of Krishna and avoid forgetting Krishna. Okay? All the rules are meant for two things. One is make us remember Krishna, and they will not let us forget Krishna. Okay, these are the two main things. If someone can understand this essence, he need not follow all the rules and regulations. So Krishna is telling this. Okay, that I told this in a gist, but if we go through the shlokas, we will understand that. Okay. Anyone has any question on this? Okay, I'll go ahead. And last point, Arjuna said, I am not able to take any decision. Then Krishna said, just you surrender yourself and then do your duty. When you do your duty, there is you will not get caught up in the sin. So those things we'll see. Okay, these slokas. Okay, Krishna said, "Hato va prapsasi swargam, jitva va bhokshase mahim, tasmad uttishta kaunteya, yuddhaya krita nischayah." So in the battle, either you will be killed, and if you are killed, you will go to Swarga. If you win, you will enjoy the kingdom. That's why don't worry whether you get killed or you will gain the kingdom. Either way, just to get up and fight. So here in this 37th verse, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to fight. Okay, just remember the shloka number. Okay. But how you should fight? This is very important. Fighting is not that important, but how you are fighting, with what consciousness you are fighting, makes all the difference. Okay. Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam vapsyasi. For you, sukha and dukkha, you should take it equally. Labha and nashta, labha and alabha, jaya and apajaya, everything are, you should take them to be equal. You must fight just for the sake of fighting. Not that I must win and enjoy. If not with that mode. This is your duty. You have to fight. Just you fight. That's it. When you are fighting like that, you will not incur sin. Naivam papam avapsyasi. Sin will not, catch you. Yeah. You will never incur sin. And then Krishna says, so far I have told you very analytically. Now I will give you Buddhi Yoga. Eta. Eshate vihita sankhye Buddhi Yoge tvimam shrunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. So you hear about this Buddhi Yoga. When you are doing all your activities with this Buddhi Yoga, you will not get caught by the karma. Okay? And that Buddhi Yoga I will tell. Krishna tells to Arjuna. And when he is telling Buddhi Yoga, before that he's glorifying that Buddhi Yoga. Hey, this Buddhi Yoga is so powerful. In this process, in this yoga path, even if you endeavor a little, that will take you away from the greatest fear, that is fear of death or fear of losing something. Any fear, you will be, you will not care for such fears. You will overcome those fears. Huh? Nehabhikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamalpasya, sorry, swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. So even if you endeavor a bit in this path, you will trayate means you will cross over mahato bhaya, greatest fear. So what is, and in that path, when you are practicing that path, you should be so focused. Vyavasayatmika buddhi eke kuru nandana bahushaka hyanantascha buddhayo avyavasayinaha avyavasayinam. When you are practicing this path, you should have only one single pointed focus, just like an Olympic medalist. He will practice and practice and practice. He will not keep anything or any other thing in his mind. Only one thing will be there. Then he may get it. So now we are talking about attaining Krishna. So for that, what level of focus is required? And Krishna emphasized that. You should have that single pointed focus. And those who don't have focus, Bahushaka Hyarantascha, and those who are not proper intelligence, okay, their their mind is divided into many things. There won't be any single pointedness. Saying this, yeah, in the 42nd and 43rd verse, Krishna tells, these two shlokas, Krishna is, discouraging people from reading and practicing Vedic rules and regulations. Arjuna was telling, people will not follow Vedic rules and regulations. So here actually Krishna himself is discouraging to some extent. Okay. Yami, because everyone in this world are attracted by the Vedic norms. Like, Kumbh Mela has come. Just to go and take bath in Kumbh. How many people went? Imagine, my God. More than 55-60 crores have taken bath in Kumbh. Because these words are like flowery words. You just go and take bath in the Kumbh Mela, Amrita Varsha will be there in the Ganga. This is so auspicious time. And people are all attracted. That's what is Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Pravadantya Vipaschitaha Vedavadarata Partha Nanyadastiti Vadinaha. So men of small knowledge are very much attached to flowery words of Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities. Fruitive activities means you do some activity, you will get some punya. With that punya, you can enjoy in future. So, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevating to heavenly planets. Actually, who are attracted with these flowery words are Kamatmana Swargapara Janma Karma Farapradam Kriya Vishesha Bahulam Bhoga Aishwarya Gati Prati. The seed is Bhoga and Aishwarya. They want that Bhoga and Aishwarya. Sukha Harta Dukha. I want the happiness to come in and distress to go away. So those such people, and they have so many desires to fulfill. They want to live rich and opulent life. And such people are attracted. They want higher birth. They want to be a king, or they want to be a brahmana. They want to be an aristocratic person. So they will do a lot of punya karmas. And Krishna will make them that also. But they are not attaining Krishna. They are just becoming rich or they are becoming just scholar. So that's where they all get stuck. And most of the Vedic rituals or rules, regulations encourage people to take up this way of life, following rules and regulations. Okay. And those who are Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam, those who are having asakti in Bhoga and Aishwarya, enjoyment and in opulence, Tayapahrita Chetasa. So their intelligence, when you have interest in enjoyment, immediately your intelligence, your Chetana will get stolen by Maya. Just you can write it. Taya apahrita. Apahrita means what? Apahrita chetasa. Their mind will be bewildered. Excuse me. Yeah. Their intelligence gets bewildered. And then once intelligence is bewildered, the mind is little shaken. What happened? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. That single pointedness, the devotional service, the determination in devotional service. So their intelligence is not fixed in devotional service, in determined devotional service. Samadhau na vidhiyate. It will not control mind and fixed devotional service is not possible for such people. So, but most of the people who follow rules and regulations, you question yourself, everyone will want some benefit somewhere. Correct? So Krishna is discouraging that. But how, when you are working, how should you do your work? When you are living in this world, obviously everyone has to do some or other work. But how you should do your work? So Krishna says, this is very, very, very famous and highly quoted verse. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhur mate sangostva karmani. You have adhikar in doing your work. This is a duty. You have full right to complete that duty, to render your duty. Mafaleshu kadachana, but not on the fruit, even little. Kadachana. Okay, in the word to word meaning of kadachana means at any time. Kada means time. So at any time you cannot have right on the fruit of the work. Ma karma phala heturbhur. Here you can see. Yeah. Ma karma phala heturbhur. Means one should not think himself to be the producer of the fruit. Ma means na. Okay. So don't. So ma karma phala heturbhur means that phala has come because of my work. If you think that is not correct. Don't think that the fruit has come. The phala has come because of your work. Mate sangostva karmani. And don't be attached to. Okay, mate sangostva karmani means because the fruit of work is not coming because of your work. Then it is not coming because of me. Then why I should be doing work? You may think like that. Thinking like that, if you don't do that work, then that is also wrong, Krishna says. That's why do not be attached to not doing work. Okay? oh, I am like, Sarvasanga Parityagi. I don't have any attachment to anything. So that's why I don't do anything. That is also like, in the home, if the father says, I don't have any attachment to anyone, that's why I don't do anything. Okay. I don't buy any groceries. I don't go for work. I don't get any money. Then that is also wrong. Whether you have attachment or you don't have attachment, that is secondary. But you have your duty to perform. That duty you perform. Okay. Don't get attached to not doing your work. Okay. Don't get attached to doing your work also. Don't get attached to not doing work also. So both are wrong. So don't have any attachment. But tato yuddhaya yujjasva means do your work for the sake of that duty only. Yeah. Then this is what Krishna is recommending. Yeah. And then he says, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So you perform your duty in an equipoised consciousness. Yeah, yogastha. Yoga means actually like in an equilibrium state. Yeah, yogastha kuru karmani. Equipoised. And sangam tyaktva. Tyaktva means giving up. So give up the attachment to that work, but with an equipoised. Equipoised means you don't expect uh, victory or the loss, the benefit or loss, sukha or dukkha, you are free from all this. Siddha siddhyo samo bhutva. In the siddhi means, attaining. Siddha siddhyo means success and failure. In both, you will be equal. For both, you are equal. When you attain that equanimity, that stability is called yoga. That equanimity is called yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. So, before 47th verse, actually, Krishna quotes two verses. Okay. Here, those verses are like त्रैगुण्य विषया वेद निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वंद्वो नित्य सत्वस्तो निर्योग क्षेम आत्मवान. And also, yeah, यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः संप्लुतोदके तावान सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विधानता. These two things Krishna says. If we decode those verses, yeah, Traigunya Vishaya Veda. The Vedas mainly deal with the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. Okay? And a sattoguni person will follow this particular dictum. Rajoguni person will follow this particular dictum. Tamogunis, they'll go and do, they'll worship some bhutas, pretas, or some aghor, they'll become aghoras, eating the flesh from the dead bodies. All tamoguni way of worship will be there. And these things may be there somewhere in Vedas, They are all rules and regulations. But Krishna says, Nirdvandvo nitya sattvasto niryoga kshema atmavan. Nistraigunyo bhavarjuna. You just overcome all these three gunas and come out of the dvandvas. Dvandva means good, bad, white, black, happiness, distress, loss, failure, all these things. So, success and failure. Like this, you come out of those dvandvas. And nitya sattvastho, you come to a pure state of consciousness, spiritual consciousness. And you niryoga kshema atmava, free from the ideas of gain and protection. You don't think about yourself actually. Generally, most of the people who perform rituals, they think too much about themselves. Okay? It's not bad actually, but it is not best. Yeah. So Krishna is telling Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Don't think of your Kshema because you're a spirit soul. Nothing can harm you. You are in a different platform. Yeah. So, and then Krishna says, Yamanartha Udapane, in that sloka, you know, in the village there may be different wells for different purposes, right? And wells are very small. But if imagine there is a big lake, one lake will suffice all the requirements of the people, all the variety of needs of the people, isn't it? So similarly, in the Vedas, different sections will give different benefits for different people in different conditions. But if someone understands the essence of that Veda, okay, that is as good as having a big lake. All the needs will be fulfilled. And similarly, if someone understands the purpose of Veda, Brahmanasya Vijanataha, Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanata. So for him, it is as good as knowing all the Vedas because he knows the essence. Actually, the real essence of this is uh, taking our consciousness or making our consciousness Krishna conscious. The whole purpose of the Vedas is make us Krishna conscious. In our Chetana, always Krishna will be there. And all our activities will be Krishna centered. Okay. So for that only all the rules are given. If you know that and you practice that, then you don't have to have all other rules. So especially in Kali Yuga, we don't even know what are those Vedic rules and regulations. And how can we practice? Even if someone tells some flowery words, ab havan karo, you do this ritual, you do that. So people may be engaged in that, but still they'll be carried out, they'll be carried away by the those rituals only. There won't be any purification. But actually, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells the essence is to remember me. The essence is to surrender to me. The essence is to chant my name. The essence is to, uh, you know, speak about me, glorify me. And when someone can do that, then he doesn't have to go through all the Vedic system. Yeah. That's what here Krishna emphasizes. So that way, Krishna answers the fourth question of Arjuna, why you should fight. So then how to work, that is explained. And now, yeah, this yoga uchyate, you take example of Hanuman, samatvam yoga uchyate. He will perform everything like yoga only. So expert, or Hanuman is so expert. When it comes to the Lord, he will surrender fully to the Lord. He is a, Rama Kinkara. He is always ready to do any service to the Supreme Lord, Ramchandra. And yeah, when he goes to Mother Sita, how much love and affection he shows. He will see her as divine mother. And when it comes to the superiors, Indra is always respectful to all of them. Surya, Indra, Yama, Vayu. He will be always in a prayerful mood. But why does he pray? Actually, he prays to them that, let there be no obstacle on my way in the mission of Lord Ramachandra. So for that, he will pray to all the demigods. And he is so respectful to all the elders, right? With the Jambava and even with Sugriva, with Angada, with everyone he is so respectful. He'll never be like, he understands each and every person, and he deals everyone in so appropriate way. He gives so much comfort to each and everyone. Like in Ramayana, Mainaka comes and Surya Prabha comes. And when Mainaka comes and offers rest on him, and Hanuman very, very tenderly reject his offer. And just to accept his offer, he goes and touches Mainaka Parvata and then he moves on. So he will not hurt also, and he will not waste his time in taking rest in the course of Rama's mission. Uh, and when they all get caught in the cave inside, and when they request Surya Prabha, one divine lady, they will ask the pathway out, and then she guides them to reach the ocean actually. So he will be dealing with everyone very nicely, with the friends, or with anyone actually, even with Ravanasur, is he will have full devotion, but there is so much of dexterity also, where what to do he knows. When he saw for the first time Ravanasur, he didn't pounce on him and then started fighting. He observed what's going on here, where have come, it's completely new place, how to deal with them. uh, and when he also goes through certain, like, uh, certain disturbance in the mind, when he goes to Lanka, like, he will watch so many naked women there, and he thought to himself, he's a brahmachari, but then he will console himself, I'm just uh, doing all these things in the service of Lord Ramachandra, and he doesn't care actually. And when he didn't find Sita, he feels so depressed. But again, he will pray, he will, and then some light comes up, and then he will find Sita. So we also have all these issues with us, but we must deal all of them and maintain that samatvam at every minute. And yeah, like that, we can take examples from Hanuman's life, how he was performing his duty. And then Krishna says in 49th verse, Samatvam yoga uchyate, and you should stay away from all abominable activities. Durena yavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanamanvicha krupana phala hetava. So you must take shelter of this buddhi now. Yeah, it's a 49th verse. O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distance from devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender to the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of action, uh, fruits of their actions, were misers. So here, Krishna is emphasizing stay away from abominable activities. So again, Arjuna took it as abominable. Killing is an abominable activity. Okay? Raising a war is an abominable activity. That's why in the third chapter, in the beginning of third chapter, Arjuna raises the question like, I got confused. In the 37th verse, you said, you get up and fight, and now you are saying, don't kill. Then how can I reconcile these two things? Like that, Arjuna asks later. Okay? And Krishna says, this Buddhi Yoga, the benefits of Buddhi Yoga, I will tell. Okay? Buddhi yukto jahati ha ube sukrata dushkrute tasmad yogaya yujyasva nai yoga karma sukhaushalam. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself from both good and bad. Ubhe sukruta dushkrute. He will just go beyond good activities and bad activities. Okay? So that happens within this life. That can happen within this life. That's why, you strive hard. Therefore, strive for yoga which is really art of life. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. And this Buddhi Yoga will actually deliver one from the Janma Bandha Vinirmukta Padam Gacchantyanamaya. It will deliver you from the birth and death and take you to back home, back to Godhead. And Krishna says here, 52nd verse, after you learn this tattva, when you attain this level of buddhi, you'll become indifferent for hearing something or from what you have heard. Okay? It's very nice verse. Yadate moha kalilam, yadate moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati. Gata sa yatada gantasi nirvedam srotavyasya srutasya cha. You'll become indifferent for what you have heard already and what you may hear later. All that is to be heard. Whatever you hear, whatever you have heard, it doesn't make any difference for you, but you will be fixed in your intelligence. You will do what is to be done perfectly. Okay? That is a benefit of having Buddhi Yoga. So, that's why, that's why Krishna says, when your mind is not disturbed with the flowery language, Sruti Vipratipannate, so you are not going to get distracted. Oh, Veda said that. And then you will be running to do that. Sometimes in the course of doing that, you will forget Krishna. It happens like that. Many people who practice religious things, they'll forget the Lord. They'll just stick to the rule only. This rule has to be followed like this only. They forget the asli thing. So, Shruti Vipratipannate yadastasya nischala samadhavastada buddhistada yogam avapsyasi. So, here Krishna says, now you fix in that yoga. You remain fixed in that self-realization. I am Atma, okay? And there is Paramatma. I must render devotional service to Krishna. And when someone comes to that stage, he is already perfected. Yeah. So he will attain the divine consciousness. And after hearing all this, the benefits of Buddhi Yoga, Arjuna asked a question. Arjuna asks a question. What is that question? That question opens a new topic in Gita, that then the qualities of the Atma Rama is explained. Okay. The question is in brief. Where is the question in this PPT? It's not there. 1 second. Oh, sorry. Okay. Shlokas are not focused here. Yeah, forget. So Arjuna says, Arjuna uvacha sthita pragnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadih kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. So 4 questions are asked. The one who is sthita pragna, what is his bhasha? Okay, what is his language? That means actually here language means what are his general symptoms. Okay, what are his general symptoms? And kim prabhasheta? Prabhasheta means generally when someone asks you, then you will speak, you will reply. The speech will come when as a response. So how does he speak? That means how he responds when someone praises him or when someone blames him, someone shows affection or someone hates him. What will he say externally or internally? Means his response is asked. Kim prabhasheta. And kim asita means how does he sit? Means actually Arjuna is asking how he controls his senses, how he restrains his senses from the sense objects. Sense control. And vrajeta kim, kaisa chalte hai? That means how does he respond to the sense objects? Respond means how he engages his senses, how he uses his senses. One is restraining, like a tortoise. Whenever there is some danger, it pulls out its senses. It doesn't mean that it doesn't use its senses. When there is no danger, when there is some carrot, when he wants to eat, then he will go and then he will open his mouth and then eat that carrot, isn't it? So he restrains as well as he uses also. So a self-realized soul, Atma Rama, a Sthita Prajna, how he exhibits these qualities. So the question is asked in 54th verse, and then the general symptoms are given in the 55th verse. And then what are those symptoms? Sri Bhagavan Vacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmanyevatmana Tushta. This is, try to catch this one word, Tushta. In what is Tushta? Atmanyevatmana is internally within the self is satisfied. He doesn't need any external arrangement for his satisfaction. Okay? Sthita pragnasta dokchate. Such a person is called Sthita pragna. Generally, our happiness is depend on so many things. So many gadgets have to be there. Some fan has to be there above. Lift should be there in the apartment. An apartment should be good, posh, in a good locality. Like that, many things will determine our happiness. Correct? But Sthita Prajna is actually, he doesn't identify with any of those things. He will identify himself with Atma, and within that Atma he is fully satisfied. This is a general symptom of the Sthita Prajna. Yeah. And he will give up all variety of desires. Prajahati yada kaman. Means he gave up all the desires. Sarvan partha manogatan. Those desires who have come from the mind. Mind gives so many things. And those desires are given up. And he is happy within. Okay. And yeah, how he responds when some praise and blame, such things comes on him. He will be dukkeshvanudvignamana sukheshu vigatasva. When dukkha comes, he is not depressed. When sukha comes, he is not overjoyed. And vita raga bhaya krodha is free from raga, bhaya, and krodha. Is completely free from these three things. Actually situated on the platform of Atma. Like Prahalad didn't have any bhaya, krodha, raga, nothing. He was so neutral and so peaceful in all circumstances. Because he's completely on this plane of, on the soul plane. Yeah. And such person is called Sthita Dhir Muni Ruchate. He is a Dhira Muni. He is situated in fixed, like, Sthita Dhir. Sthita Dhir means whose mind is fully steady. So, and such person is also Muni. Muni means sage. Such a sage's intelligence is fully fixed. And then another verse 57%. Yes, sarvatra navisnehas tatta prapya shubhashubham na vinandati na dveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. So here is so neutral for friends, enemies, and neutrals and is equal to Shubha and Ashubha, auspicious and inauspicious things. Nabhinandati nadveshti. Is Nandati means happy, right? He is not happy when someone praises him, nor is unhappy when someone dispraises him, someone blames him. He is fixed in knowledge. Actually, you see, in our life also, someone blames, we immediately get affected. But I always think, I am what I am. Whether you, whatever you praise or you blame, you cannot change me overnight. I am only this, unfortunately. So, by someone praising, I know what I am. I will not, bloat. And when someone blames also, we need not depress. This is what we are. You know, this is what we are. So why should we get depressed when someone blames? Already so many problems are there within me. And good, someone is highlighting. So just we can leave it. And we should be fixed in the knowledge. And ultimately, we are not this body, we are the soul. And because this soul is bound in this body and we are caught up in so much of conditioning, we are caught up in three modes of material nature, we are behaving so madly. Like, when someone is, what do you call, uh, haunted by a ghost, he will not behave properly. And we don't blame that person, we just blame the haunt. We blame the ghost, isn't it? Then we try to remove the ghost from that person. So similarly, we are behaving erratically, we are behaving as if we are haunted by ghost. Here the ghost is our desires, ghost is three modes of material nature. Now, instead of you know, uh, getting depressed, you can go to a person who removes his ghost, the ghost mantrik, and then he will, the exorcionist, we say, right? So we can go to an exorcionist and then remove that ghost. So we can go to Guru or we can go to the scriptures, we can study our mind and intelligence and we can remove that ghost. Yeah. So that is how this Sthita Prajna will respond when someone praise or dispraise. And then the third question is, Kima Sita. Can I take few more minutes and complete the chapter?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just few shlokas, I'll quickly take you through. Kima Sita means how does he sit? That means how he restrains his senses. So Krishna gives analogy of the tortoise. Yada samharate chayam kurmongani vasarvashaha. Indriyani indriyartebhyas tasya prajna pratishtita. So, just tortoise, whenever there is some danger, it takes all its limbs inside and it will safeguard himself under thick shell, right? So, similarly, when there is some little danger to the senses, my senses may lose its control. Then he will cover with very thick intelligence and he will restrain his senses. He will withdraw his senses from those sense objects. Like, if you are seeing something which you are not supposed to see, immediately you should close your eyes. Because if you see that and start meditating on that, then your senses will go out of control. So immediately you will restrain. You will withdraw the senses. And then you will remember Krishna, or you remember the nature of the world. What I am seeing here is only some etan mamsa vasadi vikaram. Shankaracharya writes in Bhajagopinam. Whatever beautiful we say in this world is only some lump of meat, some lump of flesh. And that flesh is so horrible. And with that we are getting attracted, and the soul and the super soul are so beautiful, so attractive, so much blissful, and that bliss we are giving up. So like that, teaching to our own self, then we subdue our senses from those sense objects. And that way, a sthita prajna controls his senses, like a tortoise. And what he does, he will develop higher taste than these sense objects. Okay, when he will develop taste in chanting, he will develop taste in singing, he will develop taste in serving. So that way, because he has already developed the higher taste, then the lower sense enjoyment appears very, very futile, useless, not so much enchanting or attractive. The sages, for them, if you go and give them some nice food stuff, for them, it makes no difference. They have crossed beyond this. Some great sages, some like apsarasas come and dance in front of them. They'll just, they don't care for these apsaras. But those who care, they will fall down. Okay, this is a danger. But great sages will not look at the apsara, even if they look at, they don't care because they are completely fixed in intelligence. In the case of Naranarayana Rishi also, when Narayana Rishi was meditating, Indra was thinking that, this is another Rishi. So I must distract him. So he sent some apsaras. And then Narayana Rishi, just he will hit on his thigh. 60,000 apsaras come. Okay, from his thigh. Means all the apsaras are there in me only. Okay. At that time only Urvashi comes, right? Urvashi means the one who is born from the Uru. Uru means the thigh of the Lord. So the yogis and all, they attain such a state of consciousness, they will see all the material things to be just, null and, not null and void, but they are not really worthy on their own. Only when they are worthy, when they are utilized in the service of Krishna. Otherwise, they don't give so much value. So, but they attain this position when they have developed a higher taste. They have transformed their consciousness to be spiritual consciousness, and they develop the taste for that spirituality. Then they can easily give up. So initially we will not be in that state. So initially we may have to restrain, but how long you will hold the senses? Restraining is not that easy. So you develop higher taste. When you develop higher taste, automatically you develop, the lower things will not taste. Just like, earlier many people must be eating meat. But after they become devotees, they will stop eating meat for so many years. And after so many years, if you smell meat or you smell someone is cooking meat, you will hate it. But the same meat was so much appealing, so much you are desiring to eat that meat so much, but now you are hating it. How did it happen? That is what is higher taste we have developed. Okay. And Krishna says, these senses are so strong. Even if one sense loses its control, everything is gone. Okay. So they will carry away the person's intelligence, mind, everything they'll carry away. The senses are so powerful. So one must be a man of discrimination. He will always control those senses. And the one who put all his senses under control, under vash, he is called tasya prajna pratishtitaha. And yeah, actually Prabhupada writes so long purports. And Krishna gives like 62nd and 63rd verse, how a man falls down. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसा संगस्तेषु उपजायते संगात् संजायते कामा कामात् क्रोधो विजायते. A person's fall down will begin from meditating on certain sense object. Dhyayato means you will do dhyana on particular sense object. Oh, this movie must be very good. You see some poster and then you will start thinking about that movie. And then you will develop desire to watch that movie. And then dhyayato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu pajayate. You will develop association with that movie within the mind, and then sangat sanjayate kama. That association or that attachment will develop desire to have it. And kama krodho vijayate. When that kama is not fulfilled, it will transform into anger. Okay. And when someone comes to the level of anger, when someone becomes angry, then his intelligence will not work. He will be illusion. Krodod bhavati sammoha. In the anger, what you do, you will not know. You will become mad in one sense. Krodat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. When you are bewildered, when you are illusioned, your memory you will lose. Like, this person has done so much for me, but you fail to remember those things. When you are in anger, when you are into a completely illusion state, you will forget everything. Samoha smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho. If that memory is lost, his intelligence is also lost. And when intelligence is lost, everything is lost. Okay, there is no discrimination. Okay, then he cannot make right decision. He will be completely buddhinashat pranashyati. So like that, Krishna tells about kimasita. So the person who is intelligent, he will, at the dhyana stage itself, dhyayato vishayan pumsa, he will not meditate on any material object. His meditation will be always on Krishna. His meditation will be always on buddhi. So that way he will control his senses. And then how he uses his senses. Okay. In the 64th verse, Krishna says, Raga dvesha vimuktaistu vishayanindriyaischaran atmavasyair vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. So when I was thinking this, like, sometimes when you come to the temple, in your plate some prasadam is served. So some items you may like, some items you may not like in it. But it is prasadam. So the prasadam plate has to be made empty, right? Whether you like it or you don't like it, you will eat it as prasadam. And then there you give up raga and dvesha. Okay, it is Krishna prasadam. I like gulab jamun, but I don't like this particular thing. Karela sabji. Doesn't matter. You will have to eat both. Raga dvesha vimuktaistu. You will act beyond this raga, attachment and aversion. And you use your senses, okay, in eating that full plate. You are not eating for enjoyment, nor you are eating for suffering, avoiding the suffering. But you will eat because it is Krishna Prasadam. So similarly, in this life, whatever you get, it is all prasadam given by Krishna. Everything is prasadam given by Krishna. And whatever comes, whether you like it or you don't like it, you will have it. You will fulfill your duty. You will engage your senses and fulfill your duty. Atma vashair vidheya atma prasadam adhigacchati. So by controlling senses with regulative principles, of freedom can obtain complete mercy of the Lord. Actually, when someone lives like that, they will attain the mercy of the Lord. Yeah. And this, when someone attains that mercy, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopadayate prasanna chetaso hiyashu buddhir vyatitarishati. So with that intelligence, he will cross over the material ocean Like that, Krishna glorifies buddhi in several shlokas. And then in the end, Krishna gives, uh, yeah, the the people who are sthita prajna or who are yogis, uh, for them their night will be day for the people in general, uh, and the worldly people day will be night for the yogis. That means the worldly people take pleasure in certain things, and yogi will never bother about those things. He will not think of those things. When such things comes, he is slipped. Is for them those things are not there only. And the worldly people sleep in some certain things like Bhagavatam class. They'll not come discussing about Bhagavad Gita. They will not come. But yogis will relish in those subjects. That will become day for the yogis and night for the worldly people. That's what Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Yasyam Jagrati Samyami Tasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Mune. So munis are the devotees. For their life is diagonally opposite to the worldly people. And the the yogis, so many sensual things, so many desires will enter into their system because their senses are also active. After that also, they'll be stable. They're not disturbed. They may walk on the street, they may see some movie posters, they may see some half-naked women, they may see people fighting, but their consciousness is fixed in Krishna. Just like so much water is pumped by so many rivers into the ocean. Big, big rivers pump, billions and trillions of liters of water into the ocean, but ocean level will remain fixed. So similarly, the yogi, even though his senses are seeing so many sense objects, maybe coming in touch with so many sense objects, he will remain stable. He will not get disturbed by any of the senses. Okay. So that's how he lives his life. Okay. And then he gives up completely kama. Vihaya kaman yasarvan pumam stirati purushaha sa nispruhaha nirmamo nirahankara sashanti madi gachyate. Such person, he gave up all the desires, all material desires, and is completely pumam stirati nispruhaha. He has become desireless, nispruhaha. With the material things, he is unconscious. He is not conscious of any of the material things. And nirmamo nirahankaraha. He doesn't consider anything to be himself. Okay, he owns something and he doesn't carry any ahankar, nirahankara. He never thinks, I am king, I am, a demigod, I am that, I am this. He will just consider himself, I am the soul, I am eternal servant of Krishna. So that way only he will think. Nirmamo nirahankara. And when he comes to that stage, he will attain sashanti madhigacchati. He will attain peace. He will attain peace of mind. And then Krishna says in the last verse of this chapter, when he situate in that consciousness, Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyate Sthitvasyamanta Kalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richati. So in that consciousness, that is a way of spiritual and godly life, after attaining which a man is not bewildered. He will not confuse anything of this world. Nothing can shake his faith. He is fixed in spiritual consciousness. And if one is situated in that consciousness at the hour of death, even at the time of death, if he fixes his consciousness like that, he can easily enter into the kingdom of God. Brahma Nirvanam Richati. He will enter into the spiritual kingdom. So that way, Arjuna was guided by Krishna, saying all this. You just fix this. You make up your consciousness like this, then you will come back to me. But Arjuna was remembering Durena Havara Karma. So still he considered, like, killing is ghastly. So he will ask question in the next verse. So we will we'll start third chapter tomorrow. Sorry, I have taken 16 minutes more, but otherwise, we may not go ahead to third chapter tomorrow. So I just took this privilege. Okay. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I hope I have conveyed whatever little I know. And thank you for joining. So we'll see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.